Today we're going to talk about invading the corner when there's already an extension. This is a pro game, it's Black's turn, and he has to invade the lower left corner. Where would you play? Let's have a look at this game because it's very interesting. So Black invades and he makes a Ko shape here.
In a previous episode we already showed this position. So the standard result of this invasion is a Ko. White doesn't really have many Ko threats at the moment, so he plays this move.
Right, and this is preparing to make Ko threats. Actually, the move itself doesn't work because Black can play on this vital point, but it has a meaning because now White starts to play the Ko and uses the exchange in the lower right to try to win this Ko. And a big exchange occurs.
There's a complicated fight now. We will quickly show you the result. So White has a lot of Ko threats in the lower right corner. And in the end, he actually managed to make another Ko in the lower right.
So Black plays a threat, but White ignores. So White destroys the whole right lower corner.
But he has to sacrifice his group in the middle here. And now he gets the other corner as well.
Today we're going to talk about this Keima and how White can invade here. This Keima is a usual move in a lot of Fuseki situations. It's very big and it functions in a similar way to a Shimari from the 3-4 point. However, there's also a lot of Aji. More Aji than in the Shimari formation. And White can play from A to D. Today we're going to start with White's most severe invasion, which is at the A point.
As we already saw, the most basic variation gives a Ko for White in a corner. Like so.
This is a heavy Ko for both. If White does a Ko threat and Black doesn't respond, his corner becomes very strong. And if Black does respond to the Ko, and after that he does a Ko threat that White does not respond to, then White becomes very strong in the corner and Black still has a weak group. He has cutting points and is a bit shabby. Instead, if White plays the Ko and Black knows that he can't win the Ko and he blocks here, then White is alive in the corner. And Black can take the stone, so he gets Sente and his group is quite strong. And if Black tries to kill, it's impossible, because White simply blocks and is alive like this. There is also another way to get the same Ko, which you see in professional games a lot.
That Ko is a bit more subtle. So instead of making this exchange, White Hanes here immediately. The difference is very subtle. If we play the Ko, then you can see if Black wins the Ko and does not answer White's Ko threat, White does not want to make this exchange. This would be a very bad exchange for White. And also, if White wins the Ko, then it is not sure that White wants to play like this. This exchange might be bad for him. And maybe White wants to play like this instead. There is, however, a minor drawback of playing like this for White. If Black is very strong in the surroundings, he might be able to play like this and try to kill White unconditionally. If White tries to go out, then Black can try to resist and kill White. But of course, black has to be very strong on the outside to be able to do this.
In some situations, when white plays here, black would like to hane on this side. This aims at making territory on the right side and not creating a co-fight. It makes it a bit easier for white to live though. White plays this Tsuji, which is crucial. A small drawback in this situation is that white has big Aji at A. So maybe later, when he has stones in the surroundings, he can try to fight in black's moyo.
So black only plays this way if he's sure that he will lose the ko.
If white at this moment would play this bump, this would be a mistake, because black can block and play double hane. And this gives a very interesting corner situation. White cannot tanuki, so usually he would play here, which is also gote like in the previous variation. But now the cut at A is much less severe for black, so it's a little bit better for black. If white does play tanuki, he leaves a big ko in the corner. Black can play this beautiful move and follow it up with some tsujis. And this is the ko, which is very big. So that's why usually white plays this one.
The situation changes a bit when white already has other stones nearby. For example, if white already has this stone in place, then he can live unconditionally in the corner. So instead of making a ko, he can play this solid connection. If black tries to kill white, like so, then white can either play at A or he can play safely at B. With B, he can link up with his stone on the right side. Black needs to come back, fix his weaknesses, and white lives.
This is the well-known L+2 group that we discussed in episode 13. If white has another stone at the top, white can also live unconditionally in the corner. With a different technique, he can play this kozumi. He can live in the corner with a basic shape, like this. If black tries to kill the corner group, then white can play this shape. A helps white a lot in this fight. We hope you liked this episode. Next week we will continue with these corner invasions and we will show some interesting submarine attacks.